Hi everyone, I'm Holly. I am the maker and doer of all the things here at Missouri River Soap, and in this video today I'm making Love Note soap. Now this is a love spell type fragrance, so it's a very unique fruity floral fragrance. Some of you will recognize what it is. I know there's peaches and grapefruit and cherry blossom and hydrangea, and it's a really pretty fragrance and I do love it. It is very easy to work with typically. Now I'm using the version from Candle Science. I've never used it before, but it does have really good notes that it performs very well. There's lots of time to swirl. So I'm hoping to kind of make this like my Wild Berry Blizzard soap in just kind of that base design, the white top, the mica swirl. So I'm excited. I'm gonna get started. Okay, so my base oils are olive, coconut, castor, mango, shea, and kokum, and some apricot kernel oil. And I want to add in some coconut milk. Now, it was a little bit solidified because it's starting to get cold, so I'm just going to put it through, and it was fine. I put it in the microwave to just warm it up a little bit, but I still need a strainer for my lye solution. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this blended in. I'm gonna tap out the air bubbles, swirl and tap. I have a new mold that I've been working with, and so this is the pot that I need. My other ones that I absolutely love, my Cuisinart pots, are just a little bit too small, and then I have some Mahusive ones for my big mold, but I just need this, but it doesn't even really fill up that much in there. Alright, so it's time to add in the lye solution. And I did just warm this up a bit because it has been sitting for a couple of days. Now, I'm going to try to bring this over here so that you can see. Can you see the pieces in there? Those I don't want to go in. It's just a natural reaction with the sodium hydroxide and the carbon dioxide in the air. And it's just a minuscule, but I don't want those to go in my soap just on the off chance that they don't break down. I'm a room temp soaper. I don't spend a lot of time checking. So my oils are 67 and my lye solution now is 83, which I set it in a water bath just to kind of come up, back up to a little bit to temperature, because this was probably closer to 65 maybe. And so this being warm and my coconut milk being warm, that's very good. I'm happy with these numbers. Like I said, I don't spend a lot of time checking temperatures. Just as long as neither one feels too hot or too cold, I'm usually good to go. So another reason why my lye solution makes these little crunchy bits, we call them lye lint, it's because I have reduced the water in the batch to accommodate coconut milk and sodium lactate. And so what that does is it just causes more lye lint. Alrighty, I'm going to bring this just to emulsification. I typically count to 30, stop, stir it a bit, and then count to 15. That's typically good enough. Now, when we're talking about emulsification, what we're looking for is that the oils and everything have blended together. There's not oil floating on the top, and we're not really at a trace, just a smidgen, but I'm going to be adding in the fragrance and some oil from my batch that are in my colors, and that helps to loosen it up. Now, if I remember correctly, this new batch is about 8, oh, are you guys are you are quite a bit different. No wonder I haven't been able to figure out. It's not different, just couldn't see it. Turn it. There we go. All right, let's attempt to get to, we're gonna do 2 liters in each one for now and see what we've got left. I can't see it because it's behind my pour. Now, mine is a little bit grainy. My batter, that is going to smooth out. It's just something that happens with my particular recipe, but it's not something I'm concerned about if it's going to break back out. Break back down and be nice and smooth. And for me, that just means I have a little bit more time to work with it. I don't really have the issue with some other recipes. It is only 3:30. But you'd think it was about to be sunset around here based on how dark it looks out these windows. All right, so that did work out. I mean, we're pretty much right at 2 for all of them. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna come and work with this camera for a little bit. All right, so into this first one, this is Fantasia and some Winter White. Very pretty. I am an affiliate for Nurture Handmade. So if you purchase with my link, I actually needed to save a little bit in there for the top. I keep forgetting that I might get a little bit of a commission, but this is not sponsored. I truly am just a Nurture Handmade customer. And so I signed up for the affiliate program. That's pretty much what that comes down to. That was Berry Twist, and I forgot to show it to you up close. Kind of can see there. Berry Twist. This one here is Rose Pink and Lollipop, equal parts. I'm not scraping all that out because I actually do want it. And then I'm going to add some white. But we're actually going to rotate this just a little bit. Keep going. Slide down. And then I have just a couple of teaspoons of titanium dioxide split up there. I'm going to add in the fragrance as I am blending my colors. Now I have reduced the water in my batch to accommodate titanium dioxide, so I saved back like 2 ounces of my water, but I'm not even using it, so there's that. All right, so that one's looking really good. Now we're gonna go into this next one. Oh, it's pretty. I really love that lollipop rose pink combo. Let's see what the berry twist looks like. I'm pretty excited about this one. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. That's a good one. That's so fun. And then this is the purple haze. Oh, it's beautiful. That is exactly the purple I was imagining. Oh, this is just a beautiful texture. I'm very happy with this. Because I do kind of want the colors to blend together as I pour them in. So this is just fantabulous. This is going to be so beautiful. I love it when I don't have to stress. I've made one recently that you'll be seeing quite possibly. And whew, well, it was a stressful soap batch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so I'm bringing in the mold that my son made me, and it is for 3 loaves. I love it. I'm gonna probably focus on this camera over here. Oh, so much fun. Let's see how I want to do this. I think I will go in with the pink. Very thin, but it's workable. I'm hoping that winter white mixed in. I really worked it over in my little cups, but it didn't want to disperse quite as nicely. So I'm going to do my typical wiggle waggle here. Wow, that's so pretty, so pretty. Maybe we should, how can we go this so you can see better? That's nice. Oh, I am so excited about this batch, and it matches. Matches. Alright, let's see if I can do my wiggle waggle the same way. I'm kind of struggling a little bit. It doesn't wiggle. Ugh, I don't like it when it does that. Alright, I'm gonna go back so that I can do this. Alright. I'm not planning putting the white down in, however. I just kind of want it on the top, but we'll see. I might put a little bit in the top and do the hanger swirl just so that it can mix in. It's gonna get it all in. Can you see how it's at a light trace down in there? This is really good for my hanger swirl situation. So fun. I had another idea planned for this soap, and I just didn't want people to be like, oh, that looks like ham, or that looks like a ribeye. I was not in the mood for that. So whilst a red and pink and white soap would have been beautimous, I'm going to save that for a little something else another time when I can think it through and make sure that I don't make baking soap. Did I tell you that I had winter white in all of these 3? I think so, but I don't know. This is going to drip, but I'm kind of tired of holding that in there with it. Fun, fun, fun. This white has thickened up a little bit more. I'm not sure I should have held back a whole 1/4 of it. I have an idea. Let's just, and I'm gonna move this mold so that I can get to it the best. I think I'm just going to put a little kind of in the top, and it can flow down a bit, but it won't be like all the way down in. Whoa. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I catch that enough. All right, so we're gonna go, I always forget what I'm doing. Down, up, down. I'm trying to make sure I grab those white sections. Let's see, and then I want to do big swirls little swirls. And then scraping the bottom, going back and forth. Like so. Here's hoping that looks really good. Now I can see that I have a whole bunch of air bubbles, so I'm going to smack those out. I've had people ask me before what my molds, what wood, you know, if your husband or grandpa or whatever is gonna make you a mold, or yourself, you are capable of doing such things, whoever you are. Anyway, my husband usually uses like a oak, I think, but my son built this with some of our tongue and groove from building the cabin, and it's working great. It's real nice and thick, and I think the grooves, yes, the grooves are on the bottom, so the inside is flat. So he was able to use, I am steaming up, so he was able to just use scrap pieces, and I'm going to go in and promptly ask him for another. All right, so let's go ahead and, why do you not have a spatula? Oh, this is so pretty. I am very, very excited. This is very thick. This is far thicker than any of the other parts. So I am just going to flood it on. That way it just stays on the surface. It's kind of like a frosting. So because I only have the one mold and the one pot, I've only been making one batch a day, which is not enough really. But at the same time, I feel like I'm spending more time just focusing on the design and the batch, and I can be a little bit calmer about it. I think it's really working nicely for me. So I think I'm going to mix into my little bits of color there, which I'll be adding a little bit more olive oil to them. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of Lunar Glow mica glitter. I think that would be really pretty. Kind of give it a little bit more something something. I need to get the red based kind of glitter. So I have the gold that I use a lot, the Mystic Gold, and then this Lunar Glow has a little bit more of a blue tone to it, and I want the red one. All right, I'm gonna add in a little bit of this Lunar Glow. Isn't it so pretty? And I don't know how much it's really gonna show, but we're gonna just add a little bit into each of these. And then I do need to add just a little bit more olive oil to thin it out. This was the one I scraped too much, so I'm not going to give it quite as much. And we're just going to add a little bit more there. Oh, that's really pretty. Yeah, it kind of gives it a blue shimmer thing going on. Now I don't want this to be too thin, because if it's too thin, sometimes it can kind of make a crater, and that's kind of weird. I might have to add a little bit more to that one though. This is kind of trying to set up, but I think this is still going to be fine still. If we can't do a good like swirl, then we'll do a little bit of a smush, which that actually could be super beautiful. We'll try the swirl first, see what it does, and then move to the swoosh if needed. beautiful. I love this so much. It's so fun to start working on these types of soaps, the Valentine's Day, more seasonal soaps after we've done Christmas. Now for me this year, I did the winter release, so I still had some fun colors to work with. And it wasn't just all red and green and gold. Let's put in a little bit of the pink. I really do think I'll be smushing, doing a little bit of a spoon swirl, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so I have a chopstick and a spoon. Oh, we're still, oh my goodness gracious, we are fine. Look at how beautiful this is. Alright, I'm just going to kind of move through each of the dots, and you can make hearts if you work at it. That's not my goal here. Oh, this is going to be epic. Yep. I don't have anything with a real sharp point at the moment, but if I did, I think that would be lots of fun to put some little hearts on the top here with the pink. I know a lot of you laugh and you're like, oh, that's always the first one. I mean, I'll laugh too. My soaps after the holidays are usually pink or purple. Like, it's always the first thing that I do. And I did not do that this year so much. I actually have a pink and teal one curing. I have a rainbow one curing. Figgy Cream is curing. And so now we're on to this one. And I am just going to get some little wider swirls going because there's a lot of white here. Oh, I love this so much. And it smells amazing too. So fun fact maybe not actually. Funny fact, I guess. One of my cats, they are allergic to Love Spell. Back in Missouri, I was testing a Love Spell wax melt in our living room, and that poor cat started sneezing and having a heck of a time. So I got that out. We opened windows and everything, but so I don't bring anything like this into our humble abode anymore. I have to just keep it out here. We don't use the soap in there, etc. Like, I will use the soap out here to test it and stuff, and I absolutely love it, but and I'm not the cat's person, so I have very little interaction with this cat. I love her. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's like a we don't know if she's a rag doll or flame point something or other, but she's as cute as they come. Like, she's really pretty, but I am not her person. I was supposed to be her person. She was my Mother's Day gift, but my daughter is her person. So I don't have a lot of interaction with her because she's kind of standoffish as a rule. But, so like my daughter would not use this soap at all, so to just not irritate the cat. Now I'm trying to think if I want to add a little extra glitter onto the top. I mean, sometimes glitter is fun. Sometimes it's good to be subtle. This is not really subtle, but I do think it needs a little something something. It's highly airborne. All right, I am so excited to cut this soap. It is just so pretty. Look at it. It is just a gorgeous batch of soap. Smells good. It's just pink and purple and all the good things in life. I am going to spritz this with 91% alcohol. Maybe do some research on why my goggles are fogging up so badly. This is my second pair, and I normally don't have issues with these from Bramble Berry, but anyway, I'm going to spritz it with alcohol. I'm going to put a piece of cardboard over the top, and because this is wood, it is going to go through a gel easy peasy, no problem. So to help prevent ash, I am not going to cut this for a couple of days. I may unmold it so I can use my mold tomorrow, but I'm not going to pull it out of its freezer paper containment for a couple of days. So I'll see you back here for the cut. Okay, so it's time to cut Love Note soap. And I have been having lots of fun. Look at all the soap behind me. We have Figgy Cream. We have an unnamed beauty. We have Sweetheart Rose, Cherry Almond, Cherry Milk, the Love Note, which I'm going to grab. I've got an unscented tallow there, and more's on its way. I am having fun. I love soap. I love to make it. Love to use it. All right, so I forgot that these pieces were just hanging there. So, ooh, it's so pretty. It's morning, so I have different sun than normal, different light in here. Ooh, this top though is just so pretty. Gorgeous. All right. Oh, and it smells so good. Look at it. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? I love it so much. You are a pretty soap. So I have my splitter here, and it is from Smith Creek Studio, but I don't think they make them anymore. So I'm sorry for that, because I do love this one so much. All right, so this is the new mold, so I can just take the tiniest bit off the side. It is not big enough to have a bunch of samples, which is a hint of a bummer, but it just worked out for the size. All right, I think that's fine. I'm a little nervous because I have to make sure I do that right. Ooh. That's looking very beautiful. I'm loving the color combo. So pretty. Alright, so I cut my loaves at 2.5 inches. Oh, the tops of these bars are going to be so gorgeous, so beautiful. Ooh, still looks good. This is very exciting. Very, very exciting. Do it again. Let's see. So yeah, it looks like I'm doing well. Still looking beautiful and gorgeous. Alright, last loaf. Let's make sure I can get this done right. Got to scoot down here. Alright, so 2.5. Looks like I'm going to be slicing off a perfect slice. Oh, good. Yes. I got it done. Look. Definitely a lot thinner than I normally cut those. In love with it. Alright, so now I have my bar cutter here from Bud Hafner, and I cut my bars at 1 inch. So here goes. I am so excited to see that swirl inside. I think it's going to be spectacular. Yep, it sure is. That's very pretty. It's subtle, but look at the colors. They're so pretty together, and they just really flowed and blended together. The white's not super strong and heavy. Oh, I love it. It smells so very good. to clean off my wire. It has obviously been several days since I have made this, to have built up so much of these others, because they're all in the same mold and I still only have the one so far. I have requested it, but there's other work to be done, so I'll get it when I get it. Ooh, this is such a great bar. Look at the top. That is just gorgeous. So with this new mold, has 3 loaves. I'll cut 2 regular and 1 as the sampler. I had really decreased what I was making because the bigger batches, it was just sitting around for a long time, which is fine. Soap ages well. And people have been picking it up as we go along. But I just love moving through the different batches, selling them so I can move on. We all like so many different scents, and I get so inspired to make a new batch and a new design. And if my product is all just like, all my supplies are just kind of used up in a soap that's just sitting and not selling quickly, then I don't get to have quite as much fun. And I just really like to have fun making soap and making new designs. And somebody will be like, hey, I want this scent, and I'm like, okay, I'll add it to my list. So that's always so fun. Oh, that one kind of has like a chunk of the purple berry twist, I think is what that one was. Don't remember. Maybe that one was just the purple. So I had pink and purple and then the berry twist. Very nice. All right, I'm going to cut the sampler on my own time. I am going to lay this out on a tray and throw it, well, I'm not going to throw it. I am going to carefully place it on my curing rack where they will cure for 4 to 6 weeks. And that just helps soap to evaporate excess moisture. It develops a crystalline structure. It's just going to get better and better. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. It has been such a fun soap to make. I'm so excited about offering it to you here in the coming month or so. Be sure to follow us on social media. You can find the links in the video description below. My products are available at moriversoap.com. Be sure that you like this video, leave me a comment, and hype it if you can, because that does help my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.